Good afternoon, everybody, or good evening, whatever it is for you. I hope you're doing well. It's gonna take me a second to get the screen changed over. I hope you don't mind. I have a hotkey, and that hotkey is this one. The edge of our knife. Wait. Oh my god.
Do you want it to be the name?
Hold up tight.
Should I make it the dagger brush?
Of course something's gonna happen. Hey everybody. Is my voice really low? Because I can also change that. But I do need to fix one thing. So stand by. Hey everybody. Okay, we're gonna try this again. Welcome in. Let me go ahead and change over the scene. There we are. I hope you all are doing really well today. And first of all, Sunny, congratulations on first. You were incredibly fast. So, fantastic job. And also coming in really, really quickly right after Moons and Wisp. I mean, you all like dove into the base. Home base? Sports metaphors? Who needs them? I'm gonna turn the music down a little bit. Thank you for your patience, y'all. This is all very much just kind of a work in progress still. And I don't have my whole workflow down yet. And Wisp, also, thank you so much for the subscription. A whole year? Holy crap. I just thank you. It always boggles my mind that you all want to sub here and spend time here. It really means the world. Well, thank you. And Matthias, it is so wonderful to see you. Is my voice still low for you? If it is, I can kind of adjust it. I have a little monitor here. It seems like it might be okay, but we go with the hydrates. Yes. And Chase also. I heard a little low thunder in the background, and then here comes Chase running through the prairie, because yes, there's a prairie. And does a little kick in the air as he runs over and hits that button. Second. Maybe second. Not really sure. But that's the rumor, so we're gonna stick with it. So much time and so still no train. I know. I've been thinking that next week we're gonna play Station to Station, because we still have like 3/4 of that game to get through. So we should just keep trying to beat it. I need progress on a chill game anyway. And so that seems to be the one. So big hugs to you, as well as you, Sunny, and Moons. Hello. It's great to see you all. Let me do that hydrate. The train hydrate. I'm sorry, lack of train hydrate. Let's hope this is not too noisy because I'm drinking out of a straw from a bottle. I super hydrated because I'll set this here on the floor. Thirsty, bit thirsty. So thank you. Station to Station is really pretty and peaceful. I agree. And the soundtrack is amazing. And the gameplay, if you all haven't played it, it's super satisfying. I'm assuming it might be the same satisfying to watch, but to play it, it feels really good. And hey there, Neon Honeybee. How are you doing today, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Happy Saturday to everybody. Yes, we have two honeybees. The bees like Jer. Not the bees! Yes, the bees! All the bees. It was on Thursday night stream, I mentioned how much I love bees. I think it was because it was the discovery of the multi-beaverse. So, well, thank you all so much for coming out this evening to do something a little different. This is the first time that we've done this, and I am not an artist in the traditional sense by any means, but painting is something that's been really good for me in my mental health. So I wanted to share what I've learned and what I like about it with you all in what's hopefully going to be a very cozy type of environment. You're doing well. Glad to catch another stream of mine. Oh, thank you. We're just starting to do VR streams. Tried them for a little while, and I had lots of scuff. So now trying to get through to more easily do these streams. So also, there's a whole new Jer model being made because you'll see. I'll show you. It looks like it fits, actually. Sort of. But it sticks way out. Depending on the angle, you can make it look like it fits. But it's because this is where my hand really is. I'm larger than Jer, and I didn't think about that when I first built him. That would be a problem. And yes, it indeed became a problem. Full body tracking, the whole works. So we're embiggening Jer, and while we're there, we're taking a few extra liberties. It's going to be lots of fun. No otter Jer. No. That's true. No transformations here. It is not like VR chat where you can jump between. If you're at all interested in the tech, I'm running this app called Live that integrates with some games that allows me to put Jer into the games. So we're going to be doing more of these, but this is the first Live attempt on stream. So I'm glad you guys are here. So if you all see behind me, there is a painting here called Northern Lights, and it's by an artist named Brian Sloan, and he's a traditional mediums artist that I believe works in acrylic mostly, but he has done a bunch of YouTube tutorials on how to do his paintings in this app, Vermillion. And so I've been following his tutorials and also watching a lot of Bob Ross and incorporating the techniques that he teaches in with the kind of the difference of doing this in a digital form versus doing this with actual materials, right? Like actual paints. There's some drawbacks to doing it digitally, and there's some pluses that I'll talk about as we go. But the person that made this, Thomas Vandenberg, I believe is his name, wanted to do something that had liquid physics in it that mimicked oil paints. And like, not only did this bro give us a nice palette, look at all these tools that we've got. We've got a 2-inch brush right here. We have the smooth 1-inch oval brush, and then some of these get crazy because this one here is a rounded filbert. You can also change it to a 1-inch flat, so it turns from, kind of hard to see, goes from a rounded tip to a flat tip. But anyway, you even have a little cleaning rag, and my favorite piece of this. So, say we have some paint. So I'm just gonna. We have so many different ways to clean off our brushes. You can just do that. It's nice and clean. Or here's another way that we can wash our brush. Stick it in there. Do you hear that? All that paint thinner, and whoop. You gotta do exactly as Bob Ross does. Well, you gonna let me slap you? No, I don't know if it's gonna work. You can slap it just like Bob Ross does, and you can giggle while you do it, because he always giggles after he slaps it. But anyway, that's enough just talking about the app. Why don't we get to painting, if that sounds good to you all? And I read your message, other guy. If I didn't say so, welcome, and I hope you're doing great today, and thank you so much for being here, even though I'm not an otter, unfortunately. But let me bring this down a little bit. Bring it here. We're gonna wipe the slate completely clean. He always giggles after he slaps it. Yeah. So I have this little interface just right over here that's gonna let me start a new painting. Pow. And where are you? Layers. Alright, perfect. And we're going to do a 24 by 18 inch painting here. Today, I just stick my hand here, and that just kind of confirms the size of canvas that we want. We can make the canvas any dimension that we like, but this one's kind of the standard 16 by 9-ish design. So I'm gonna wipe the slate clean here. Those were all the colors we were using, and then also wipe the palette clean. So the first step when we do any painting is we have to prep the canvas, usually, or at least give ourselves a background. So when we're doing oil painting, we paint from the background to the foreground, and often we paint dark to light. It's kind of the nature of the way the paint layers and the way it mixes together. So we make sure you all can see this. First thing that we want to do for this painting, we want to take our 2-inch brush, And I think the game is really loud, isn't it? Oh, Jesus! We're gonna turn that way down, y'all. I'm sorry. Let's turn that way down. Let's see. That's still really loud. I want that to be a very mild sound. I can adjust it. Let's see. Tell me if that's loud for you guys, because the music is much quieter than the brushstrokes. I kind of want them to be at parity, with the brush being a little louder, but the brushstrokes, according to my monitor, were extremely loud, louder than my own voice. So we're gonna find a good. You can barely hear it now. That's gonna be about the sound. Okay. And there we go. Music. Brushstrokes are good. Let's go. Let me know if the music is too loud. If this is a really experimental, the brushstrokes are good to you. That's hugely important. And to any of you, especially, and thank you, Wisp, for the info. This is such an experimental stream, at least for me. I don't have a lot of experience here. So if you all are finding that you prefer a vibe, if you're even like, let's go without music, I can bring in cricket sounds and ambience. And we can do whatever. So we're just gonna kind of play it by ear. So if sound is an issue, if for any reason, please say so. So I did mark up everything. So I'm gonna grab my cleaning rag. I'll put this right here. I could start a new painting. Probably. You know what? I just put I used the cleaning rag with paint thinner on it, which means there's now paint thinner on it. So you know what? Let's just start now that we have the sounds figured out, let's just start a fresh one. And there we are. Now we're in business. Thank you, Moons. I was just actually thinking that. I almost dropped it. I have to drink really quietly because I think it's making a sound. The straw is going hoo, hoo, as I drink through it. Donna really likes the space heater. She tries to give it a hug, and you have to turn it off for a bit. That's cute, though. That's very cute. A little scary, right? Don't touch it, it's too hot. But very cute. Alright, let's do this. So, we're gonna grab some of this dark blue. Okay, we're gonna grab some of this black. I'm gonna make a really, really dark blue. Maybe something like that. Should it be darker? So what I'm doing right now is I'm making the night sky color. I guess this should be good. This is really, really dark. Let's go with this one. So I'm just gonna cover the whole canvas with this. And what I can do, because this is VR, is I can actually change the size of the canvas, which, like, say I'm not too worried about details, like right now. I can just go in. There you go. Some may call this cheating. I don't know about that, but I think it's just a benefit of the medium. So we don't have to worry about the way we're putting on our brush strokes. We're just going to put that in there. There. We'll bring it back up to regular size. So I put the paint on pretty thick, and right now it's set up in a way where it's going to blend paint really well. So I have these two settings, which you can't see here, but one of them is my thickness of paint. So if I, bring it all the way up, it's going to glom on more paint. I just lost my train of thought. Sorry. It's going to glom on more paint. But then there's also the sensitivity, which depends on how wet the paint is here. A lot of oil painting can be managing the thickness and the dryness of the paint. So the next thing that I want to do is I want to make a slightly lighter version of that same color. So I'm bringing it over and I'm adding a little bit more of that darker blue in to make something. We also have a very limited undo button, but I'm gonna do this anyway. I'm gonna try not to use it, but I probably will during the stream. But here we go. So I'm gonna make this little area here, and you see I'm doing crisscross strokes. Those crisscross strokes allow it to blend. And I want the middle to be the brightest. And I want it to get darker as it goes out. Now if I go back in, I'm going to bring in that darker paint. And I don't want to do that. I want to make this like a gradient. And it goes out like that. And if we feel like we went too far with it, we can always go back and darken it up if we need. But I like the idea of this, something like that. And I do love that emote wisp. Small Jer, little Jer. Sunny did a great job on that emote. See, I went a little too light on that, but I'm not going to stress it too much. What I'm going to do is see if I can blend it up, or even better, blend it down. Yeah, kind of bring some of that back. All right. And yeah, I guess that should be good. And then we want to do the same thing down here. So we're going to have mountains with an aurora, and then we're going to have water, right? So it's going to go about like this. It's going to come about a third of the water is going to come about a third of the way up the frame. So I guess we can leave just this little chunk untouched. So maybe we'll leave it. Let's start down here. See, we're just blending it outward. Oops, almost grabbed the wrong color. I'm not sure if I'm in your way. I think I might be in your way. And if I am, please say, Jer, I can't see a thing. What are you doing, bro? You know what? And I'm going to bring this down just a little bit. It's going to be a little bit darker than the sky. This is the water layer. So I'm just blending it in with my brush. I don't want to do too much blending here, but I do want to do a bunch of blending up there. So there's a few ways that we can do this. We're going to start by blending with our brush, but it doesn't quite move the paint the same way as a dedicated blender brush. So we're going to start though with this brush. We're just going to cross strokes. Let's start from the middle and work our way out. Go up. Yeah, now that we've adjusted the volume, I can't hear the brush strokes for some reason. But as long as you all are happy with the volume, I've heard these brush strokes a million times. So I'm not worried at all about me hearing it. I just want you guys to have a good experience. Yeah, you see kind of the streaks of light that we're getting. No, this light is on, which I do like, but let me turn it off. Yeah, because it's actually this area that I was wanting to show you. So you see the technique where we started lighter and then blends it outwards. It's getting now to a place where we're getting these like darker little areas, and that's going to kind of feel like either a natural luminance or clouds, which either one is not a terrible thing. I don't know why I'm blending this at like a bajillion times its size. Make it a little smaller. Go back. No, yeah, let's go back to our regular size. Now I'm just gonna do some spiral brushes. This would be a nice moment where I would want to change hands if this were like a real easel and paint set. I'd be able to do that with some of the non-detailed work. I'm left-handed, but I could do this with my right hand, but that's okay. I can't really do that. You have to kind of set it up in the app. I'm gonna do a little bit more of this. Just gonna do this. Kind of bring it all together. Yeah. Alright. So that is the background. Next thing that we're gonna do is we're going to start with the aurora. So a really important thing that we need to do as we go is we need to make sure that we preserve the colors that we've created, because we're just given the Bob Ross palette. You know, at the beginning of his show, when he's like, all the colors will be, you know, shown across the screen that we're going to use today. All of those main colors are on this palette, like the phthalo blues and the sap greens and titanium white. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna save these, because this is more like a workspace for in this game. This is more of a workspace than a storage container for this. You can easily wipe this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these and I'm gonna put them here. This is where we preserve our colors. So I'm gonna start back here. We're gonna do our dark blue, or even that's giving paint thinner. What's happening there? Let's wipe it. Okay, let's try that again. There it is. We'll grab this. And we'll grab this. So those are our sky colors. And then, you know, this right here is just that phthalo blue. So we're going to wipe it. Kapow. Now we're going to be doing our next set of color creation. Will you be selling this as an NFT? I'm painting the ugliest ape you've ever seen, and it's going to make so much money. Exactly. That is exactly right. Gotta make that bank. You know, I think it's time for a meme coin, a Jer meme coin. So, I did a lot of looking at auroras, but honestly, I'm going off of Brian Sloan's piece, which is what we're recreating. And in his aurora, it's really green, it's really turquoise. I tried to add some pink in there because I thought it would look cool. But I figured for this stream, it was my first painting stream. I wasn't going to get too out of the box with it. I just picked something that was relatively easy. So we're going to grab some of that. And we are also going to grab, not regular green. What is it? We're going to grab some white. Wait, no. Jay, remember, you got to go dark to light. So we're actually going to do this. We're going to add some of this blue in right here. Just a little bit of it. Make a slightly more muted green. And then we're going to go off to the races. So like Bob Ross says, this is where we make our big decision. And we, you know, we kind of do everything from here. So this is going to be kind of the, oh, I am going to use that fateful undo button because my intention was to bring down the sensitivity on the canvas. Cheater. So the way this is replicating it now is if it had dried a little while before I went on to the next thing. And that's a weirdly non-committal. We can fix it. A weirdly non-committal line. There we go. So I'm using a bristle fan brush, and there's two different types of fan brushes on this brush. One is smooth and one is bristly. The smooth one wouldn't give you these lines. It would give you, you know, more of a solid line. Let's do this. And now it looks like a chicken foot. That's great. I'm just toying with stuff. I'm just kind of like letting it happen. It's not quite what I was hoping for at all. Let's go back a little bit. Okay. Well, I have my other paintings back there I can use as a reference. Yeah. All right, we're doing okay. We're doing okay as far as that's concerned. Oh. And let's have one coming off here. Like that. A little bit more here. And we're just going to add a few extra shimmers. Maybe we'll even connect that. Connect that. Just little shimmers. It doesn't have to be much. Connect it though. We'll connect it sort of. It doesn't have to all be hyper connected. we'll go with that for now. You know, that should be all right. I'm not sure if it's cheating, if it's in the chill zone. That's so true. We're just doing this for fun, right? There is no rule saying that we have to not use an undo button provided by the game. Yeah. All right. So we have that. Now we're going to go lighter. I'm going to take some white. Take the original phthalo green. Mix it in. I'm still going to make it really green. Maybe something. Try to do it in a way where you all can see it, you know? It's still really green, but it's significantly lighter. Okay. So right now we have this green and this green that we're working with. And then we're just going to do the same thing. Just going to kind of cross along. I'm just letting the brush kind of do the decision making. I'm guiding it for sure, but it also, the bristles kind of just go every which way. It's a little thick, but you know what? We're going to commit on this. We're not going to go too picky. This could actually work, right? And then over here, we got to do this on every single, but oops, that one I'm going to fix. Let's fix, come on. There we go. As soon as I say I'm not going to do it, of course. That's okay. All right. And then the next step is, you guessed it, lighter. Actually, I think I want to, go a little darker. I want to do a slightly darker. Remember, when you clean the brush to beat the devil out of it. Yes, let's see if it'll do it this time. Yeah. Oops. Got a very dirty brush here. The game lets you do that, and it warms my heart. Oh my gosh, that's not where my chest is. I mean, I guess it is. I'm a bigger person than this model. Alright, let me grab that fan brush again. You know what? I didn't finish that. I'm gonna leave it. But I did want to go darker, right? So I'm gonna take some of that. I'm just gonna put some of that blue that we saved. Gonna go even darker here in a little bit, but kind of reading the same. No, it's not. We can go a little darker. I'm gonna actually put a spot of black. Don't ignore us. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I've been trying to check chat as much as possible. The brush was so loud. Streamer doesn't read his chat. Oh no. Okay. Well, thank you for the biddy. Okay. How are we gonna? Well. First question. Jared, focus. Now let me put the brush down before I do any damage. Are the rest of the strokes in like this sound, are those okay? You gotta pay money for him to acknowledge us, quote 70. So the brush strokes seem to be okay. When you beat the devil out of it, that's a no-go. The rinsing also sounds somewhat loud. Let me check one thing. I'm not going to beat the devil out of it anymore, just out of nature of... But how about this? Oh, that's still loud, isn't it? My goodness, game. Get your act together with your audio. So, I will very quietly use the paint thinner. But as long as the brushes, the rinsing is better, perfect. Perfect, perfect. You and Sonny bought a lesbian today. Please elaborate. I'm sure you purchased them legally, above board, you know, willingly. It's true. You've seen her. Sounds like a cryptid. The great cryptid lesbian. Very legal. Very demure. Just checking my audio levels. The game is giving me loud noises, but I'm not doing anything in the game that should give us loud noises. Here we are. Awesome. Well, I'm gonna go back to doing some painting, and I promise that I will turn around and check chat. You know, maybe I should move chat. Maybe I'll do that on a break. But let's finish this here. But thank you all so much for the help, because like I said, this is an experimental stream, and I want to make sure that your experience is good and that I'm learning lessons from it. And I also got a whole bit. Maybe I should ignore you more often. No, I'm kidding. I am sorry about that. Okay, there we are. So, it's going darker. Yeah, when someone does something that would be an activity feed item, so like if you redeem channel points or whatever, I get a notification like right above my head. So that actually worked out perfectly. But if you wanted to spend channel points to get my attention, I think I don't know how that would work. Maybe I should I can do a don't ignore us redeem. There we are. Are you a fan of the joy of painting? I am very much a fan of the joy of painting, and thank you so much for the follow. Welcome into our silly, cozy community. It's great to have you. I watch the joy of painting to go to sleep for a really long time. Yeah. And Wispy said, man, hot cocoa would be perfect right now, but Donna and I are so stinking cozy. The blankets are perfect. Well, you know what? You have you gave me a very good prompt for a segue, because now is the time to go get yourself some hot cocoa, because we have ads starting in about 35 seconds. And I am actually going to take a short break. As well, being in a headset, you know. But then we'll come back and we will work on this painting. If I'm not streaming, I can do this painting in about an hour. So I'm just taking my time and gonna chill. Hello there, Kadarjo. If that's the correct way to say that. Kadarjo, Kadarho. Maybe none of those. But welcome in. It's great to see you. Coco. And a redeem for a gentle ding dong to draw attention to chat. Yes. Maybe we should. Like a little doorbell. Beep boop. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and throw on the Be Right Back screen. And if you get these ads, please get up, get yourself something to drink, and I will be right back. I'm one of only 2 people that pronounced it correctly. Oh, well, thank you. That makes me happy. I try, you know, but I also tried a few different ways. Okay, I will be right back, y'all. Alright, I don't think I'm muted anymore. Those loud brushes that you heard, those are, yeah, I'm probably bumbling into them here in the VR side of things. I did have a brush. Oh no! I was accidentally brushing my painting. Real good job there, Chair. But that's alright. So let's get back to the painting. Hello. I was muted. I actually lost connection from my mic to my mixer. It was a whole thing. But we fixed it relatively quickly. And were my brushes really loud? Let me know if they are. And I have another chat right here. So I can see you all talking to me. And then I can also turn around and talk to you right here with the chat behind the camera. Here, actually, just need to do one thing. Okay, I think I've got all of my stuff set up correctly. And we'll get back into this here. So we were mixing a lighter color to then go in, as I believe what we were doing when we left off. So that's what I'm gonna do now. We had just done a much darker version. That's really white. We're gonna go in with full white, but let's try something like this. Get on both sides of the brushes. Oops. I don't know if you all caught that. My computer lagged for a second. You got the cocoa and a candy cane to stir with it. Yes, that sounds amazing. Candy cane to stir in the cocoa. That's something Snap would love. His Christmas wintertime beverage of choice when we're like ordering coffee is to have peppermint flavoring put in his just regular like drip coffee. Which I don't blame him for. Sounds pretty tasty. I'm not as big of a peppermint drink person, maybe, as he is though. Now we're just gonna give little touches of white. More than a little touch there, but kind of. Doesn't have to be anything, right? We're just doing this for fun. What does Bob Ross say? In your world, this is what your aurora is gonna look like. It's gonna look funky and maybe not super realistic. But like I said, I don't promise good art. But I hope you guys are having a cozy, fun time at least, you know? And it is time to blend. So for this, we're going to use the traditional blender brush. And we may need to get in and adjust it more. But yeah, I think that's going to work. So we're going to blend up and down. If we start blending side to side, it's going to look more like water, right? We're going to do that down here. But if we blend straight up and down, we'll kind of give you that effect of an aurora that we were looking for. You see those wisps coming off? Wisp. Give it good, like, long brushes to really move that paint around. And then do it here too. I guess speed probably medium. I found that if you go really fast, it kind of messes. I mean, unless you're like, I don't know, unless it's the look you want, but it makes it way more wibbly instead of blended. It's like it's trying to think too hard. But I'm making big moves. Big moves with it. And we'll make little moves. And why not go? Are we gonna grab any paint? Not really. Oh yeah, there it goes. Yeah, you can just kind of bring it out like that. And this one. Not standing too far in front of it, I hope. And we gotta do the same. All those little wisps floating around there. Oh, we gotta do it to the main area down here. Bring some of that white up. Yeah. And now we'll do this. Wisp, 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 wisp. Thank you, Auto Mod. I can't interact with you, but you just hold that bot message. You're good at that. So I'm just brushing up from the middle. I don't know if that's a thing that, like, the tops are slightly more wispy. I've always wanted to go see the like Northern Lights Aurora, but this is not all. Now what we have to do, oops, there we go. It's a really hard contrast, right? It doesn't look quite right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take one of our darker colors here. First of all, let's save our colors like we've been doing in the past. So I'm gonna do our dark green, slightly lighter green. Is it our really light green? And is it this one? And then we just did regular white. So, yeah, something like that. So we're going to take this darkest green. Why not just take it from here? And I'm also going to, well, do I need to clear this out yet? No, I'm just going to mix it. I just want to mix it in a way where you all can see. So yeah, I'm going to clear it out. So we're going to take that. Whoop, I almost went for the black. We're going to take that blue. It's almost black. And we're going to bring this down so much. I'll put it on the, what is this thing called? The palette. And when I say we're bringing it down, we are bringing it down, down, down. This might still be too bright. Actually, no. I think that's closer to what we want. It could be a little darker, but we're going to start with this actually closer to the Aurora. And then also up here. You'll see what I'm doing in a minute and why. And then definitely in the middle here. And then here along the edge. Okay. Definitely here. And just do little touches of it here. Boop. I accidentally blasted in. This is where I'm going to use my undo. Like Wisp said, it's not cheating if you're in the chill zone, so I have permission from the authority. Yes, Wisp, I just called you an authority. I hope I just didn't cause domestic disturbance at home. Good luck catching that, Moons. What is it, a Persian? Isn't that just a cat? A wild cat walks into our stream? Wouldn't... That sounds like a great thing. Wouldn't be too mad about that. The candy cane melting slowly into your cocoa is very amusing. It gets so thin. It's like a tiny little stick. Yes, and like if you're eating it, you know, it often gets to that little tiny point, and it becomes a weapon. Deadly weapon. I'm sure there's some horror movie of some demon Santa stabbing people with pointy candy canes. I'm sure. Oh, and you know what else I'm gonna do? I'm gonna bring up the canvas mixing sensitivity, because now these aren't gonna be individual things that we're gonna see. We're gonna blend all of this in so much that it's not really gonna matter. And honestly, the more we have the mixing sensitivity on, the more like interesting and textured it's gonna look. Persian escaped. Sorry, Moons. So honestly, I should have done that at the beginning. But why don't I'm just taking a dry brush through it. It doesn't really do much. A little bit, but I'm not going to worry too much because we're going right back into all of these areas. Do more like texture, because I don't even know. You guys can kind of see that. It's hard for me to tell how much you guys can see. So we're gonna go darker. Yeah, I think this is closer here. Something like that. It's like a really bluish version. It's almost the color. It's almost that green color. And it's almost that blue color, but it's not quite either. It's gonna kind of hide in here. It's gonna basically create a bit of a like light haze that you're not gonna be super perceptible. Oh, Neon. There's a Demon Santa. There is Demon Santa horror movies. You have a few that are in library that you have in your Christmas display at your library. That is beautiful. Santa horror movies. I'm going to have to look that up. Snap, my husband, I don't think he's in chat right now, but he loves horror movies and loves Christmas. So I could see that being right up his alley. Maybe that is an after stream movie. No, real talk. After stream, I'm going to the laundromat. It's not that late for me. I don't know how late it is for you all. I know how late it is for some of you all. But yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm just brushing in this like greenish, darker green color underneath. Oops. Again, we don't have to be quite as like specific on how we put it in. It's kind of filling in the area. I'm gonna turn down the music just a little bit. It seems like it's maybe just a little loud. Let me know if that is acceptable. Yes, almost all of them do. Do you know if any of them stab people with sharpened candy canes? Almost all of them do. Yes. It seems like it's like the lowest hanging fruit of a weapon during the holidays. Get too much eggnog. You lose at a game of Monopoly. And you just gotta hide all of the candy canes. It's the easiest weapon. What am I saying? Am I plotting a holiday murder? Not technically. Only hypothetically. So now what I'm gonna do with all of this is I'm gonna blend it to hell. So we're going to turn the canvas sensitivity all the way up. I'm going to make this really thin. I'll make it a little thicker. I think you guys can really see it that well, huh? Yeah, you can see I can change the thickness of the brush. I'm going to go about midway. Yeah, something like that. And I'm going to get it way bigger, and I'm just going to spiral. This stuff is gonna get so blended. Not really gonna see all of the major strokes. You're just gonna see like a ghost. Yeah, these are the points where it's hard to check chat, right? Oh, and I accidentally got that. You also have Die Hard in your Christmas collection. That is definitely a Christmas movie. I know there's always that conversation every year, right? Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? And I am in the absolutely camp. And this may not be this may not have enough paint. Yeah, I'm gonna put a little bit more paint in these areas with this really dark. There's just so much blue. Turning the mixing sensitivity down as well, so it's not just getting into the blue. Yeah, because I'm getting individual strips, and that's not actually what I'm wanting here. I'm wanting it more of like a haze. Yeah, maybe that's the ticket. I'm gonna have to somehow reconcile that with the edge there. I messed up, but you know what? We'll blend it upwards. Yeah, so let's do more blending. Turn that mixing way up. And you know, once we make this smaller too, because this is like 2 times the size of the actual painting, right? What's cool though is these paintings are made in 6K, I think. Yeah, you can get a little bit of individuality, but not much at all. It's more like a haze. I'm gonna go all the different ways with it. I lost my train of thought, but that's okay. I'm gonna brush upward here. There we go. Because I started to have this layer that was it's now like unaffected by anything. Yeah, there we are. Which was not my intention, but it's what we've got. I'm not as happy with this one as I maybe have been with others, but also maybe I'm being extra tough on myself. You know what? Every painting is different. And none of them have to be Van Gogh. Unless you're Van Gogh, I guess. But even if he didn't want to do a Van Gogh, what if he wanted to just slack? No, I'm still early in learning. It's just something I enjoy. This is something that I never thought I would have any ability to even make something like this. And this is, like I said, not a Rembrandt, but I just never thought that I could even touch a brush or a pencil or whatever. But this is absolutely a skill you can learn. And it took me a while to even get to this point, right? But it was recommended to me as part of my most recent mental health, my most recent and most impactful mental health treatment. And not that do VR painting, but more pick up something that you've always wanted to do. And I picked up acrylic paints. It was not, I was like, you know what, screw it. Nobody's gonna see it. Picked up acrylic paints, and I was really not, it just wasn't working for my brain. But I found that I really liked it. So I gave it some time, and then I discovered Vermillion. And it gave me a place without any real risk of messing up my apartment or the investment of time that it takes to clean everything up. All of that good stuff, all of that friction was gone. And I could start more freely learning and growing. And that's where my love for this started. So don't be afraid to do stuff, even if you've never done it and don't think you'd ever be good at it. Truly never know. Even if you're not good at it, you may just discover that you like it. I would say that is way more important. Okay. I'm going to bring it down to its regular size. There we go. Our light spider in the sky. Hooray! So you know what? We're going to move on from this, and we're going to start with our mountains. Actually, if you all will oblige me, I'm going to do one thing. We're going to add a little bit more lightness here. So I'm going to take this, making this bigger. Oops, I have mixing really high. But when we're making the aurora, we don't want the mixing really high because we want the colors to kind of sit on top of each other, and then we blend it. Let's actually let's really go up. I want there to be a lot of white involved. And then we mix. Yeah. You know what? It feels weird, but we're going to move on. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to make the mountain. So I want to make sure that I've saved every color, right? So here is our really nasty green. Acting like there's like there's paint thinner on the little slider board. So let me fix that. Put this back out. There we go. This palette knife. The palette knife is so good. Really good for mixing colors. It's just very satisfying to just like a toddler. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna get rid of those bad boys because we put them here. We're staying very organized because we're gonna need to keep returning to these colors as we go. So the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna make almost completely black. I'm gonna put this dark blue in there. It's gonna be really dark. So we're gonna make our mountains. Another thing that's great about digital art that you can't really do in real life is a layer system. So now I put us on layer 2, which means no matter what I do, it's not going to affect what we've already done. We're going to, as we go, we're going to merge these layers, and it is limited on how much you can, what's the word? It is limited on how much, how many layers you can do. It's only 4 layers. So we're going to jump into layer 2, and we've mixed this really dark blue. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. Yeah, so this is what we're going to go with. So again, we're making a big decision here. And so what we're doing is we're making the shadow of our mountains. So let's do this. Not terrible. I don't hate it. Clean that up a little bit. Yeah, you know what? I think that works. We've got lots of little crags and pieces, and this could be further in the distance, or maybe we can do something like that. I'm gonna commit. Dang, I don't know if I like that. You know what? We're undoing. Sorry, we're keeping it like that. Digital art. So now what we're gonna do then is we're gonna block in the you guys hearing music? I'm not sure if y'all are hearing music. If you're not hearing it, I can certainly turn it up. I need to find out what's going on with my sound because I can't hear hardly a thing now because it was all so loud on y'all's side. And I think it has something to do with this game. I'm sure there's not, this is a solo developer. I'm not sure how intended it is for streaming, but they do have lots of features for streamers, so I'm sure it's a me problem. Not to be perfect. We're going to come back in and redo. I might actually make it a little bit bigger. I probably will. Music is soft, but it's at a fine level. Wonderful. I wanted the music to be soft. Something that's quieter than the brushes. Oh no, I made a boo-boo. You know what? We're gonna keep it. You know, we could undo, but I'm gonna find out what to do with it, and it makes it look a little more natural. It's not just, hey, I made a painting, and this is a round cove, and isn't that symmetrical? Something like that, maybe. It should work. My ad counter stopped running, so y'all are gonna learn about ads the same time I am here in chat. But I'm sure we've got a little ways before. So we've made this. Do I want to extend it anymore? No, I'm gonna pass. So we're gonna save it. This is our almost black brown color. This still needs more blending, I'm seeing, but we'll deal with that later. Let's see here. So the next step is that we're going to have to think about where the light is coming from and how we want our shadows to fall. So this is going to be a mix of some paint mixing on the canvas, as well as technique with the palette knife. So when you're using a palette knife, if you go, well, you know, I can always undo, so I'll just show you. If you're using a palette knife and you go flat, you just make like a straight line. You know, it's just very it's very full. It fills all of the space. But if you put it on its side, it starts to create this stipple pattern, right? And if you have it really far on its side, it's really light, and the more you turn it, kind of the more the stipple starts to show up. So we're going to get rid of those. So we're going to use that stipple technique. I'm still learning it myself, of course, but we're going to use that stipple technique to create shadows here. So I'm going to take the same black, and then this is where we're going to utilize colors from our aurora into what could be like snow or something, probably. So we'll take that black. I don't know why I put it over here again, but that black, and then we're going to start with a medium color. We don't want to go super bright right off the bat. We want to build dark to light, and we don't want it to just be straight texture of just you know, just two colors or whatever. So what I'm doing is I'm mixing green into this like phthalo green that we have in here, and then I'm gonna add, now let's see what it looks like. I feel like it shouldn't be this green. This is really green. Let's put some white in it. I'm gonna make it more gray, but that's kind of what we're looking for. I think I went a little hard on the green. Maybe. Let's just try it. Let's try the dark one first. Maybe I'm doubting myself. So the light is coming from here, and so it's going to kind of hit off of these parts of the mountain, and kind of, you see here, but then as it gets further away from this central point of light, it's going to get a little bit darker and darker until it kind of fades off into nothing. And we're also going to give ourselves hard edges, and those hard edges are going to simulate the separation of the mountains and all of that. I keep saying that this is going to be a non-committal scratch. Yeah, that is so green. Let's see. This kind of work on this kind of a dark canvas. I'm gonna see if I can bring this closer to y'all. I'm gonna bring it closer. I'm gonna come closer. Hello. And let's see how this works. I just don't want to be too much like up in your business. But if you guys like it closer like this, we'll keep it closer like this. So that was really green. So what I'm gonna do is take this slightly whiter color. Got a lot of green in it. We're just gonna put some more of that mountain color in there. There it is. No, I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me know if you can't. So we start at the brightest area, which is going to be where the light hits, and then we're going to bring our way down. Exactly, Wisp. Man, remember when I had to do that like multiple times a stream because my tracking would go out? I mean, the new systems have introduced so many other new kinds of scuff. Like, it's not like I'm some scuffless streamer these days. I would say more so, just in different ways. Also gonna hit hard here. It hit really hard there. Gotta start breaking up soon, guys. Get darker. It's mixing with the paint. Darker. Okay, we're going back. I don't know what's happening. Maybe I have a lot of paint on that. This is supposed to be the darker base. Let's make it darker. Let's make a darker version. We're gonna work with what we've got, right? Yeah, like over here it's mixing really deeply for some reason. It must be something to do with my paint thickness. What I should have done is like probably evened out my paint before I started this part, but I just want there to be some light hits there. And then up here. Gonna get bigger. So I'm making it a lot bigger, y'all. There we go. Make it even darker. Yeah, that's the color I was looking for. It's just a little darker. We're going to come back in with a lot of white, or at least a lot of brighter colors. So I want to make sure that I keep hitting the rim here. I keep missing it somehow. So then this is going to cast shadow this way. And what we can do is maybe make this be kind of like its own hill. So like there's a hard, sharp edge here. So let's do something like... Gonna come up. Ah! Gonna be pretty strong. I'm gonna go like that. It's just gonna go. Yeah. Alright, I think I'm clicking my buttons incredibly loud. I should be way more demure with those. Oh, we have ads starting in about a minute. You know, I think I'm going to stick around for this one. I don't think I'm going to get out of the system. I think I'm going to keep painting. But if you do get those advertisements, please do not watch them. Please stand up, get yourself a beverage. Ads are bad for your brain. We will be here painting, and we aren't going to go anywhere until this bad boy's done. Thank you for watching them. I am going to take an opportunity to get a drink of water, and I don't know where I put my water bottle. It's all the way over there. Let me put down my weapon first, and I'm gonna walk through our painting. I guess I could take it with me. See you later. No, but I am going to walk through it like a ghost. A good ghost. Candy cane is gone. Nice. Fully dissolved. There we go. My whistle has been whetted, as they say. All right, and stick my head out. I was hoping I could just but I don't have full body on, so it's not really not really doing it like I wanted it to. All right, so let's keep painting. Grab my tools and palette knife. We just got to get this section over here. Yeah, there we go. Kind of starting to fade a little bit. You see we've left, kind of intentionally left a more of a hard edge here. What am I going to do with that? I'm not really sure yet. I am going to go darker here. Because it's coming down this way, so it might hit. Even this is going to be in shadow, I'm afraid. Kind of all of this is in shadow. Still going to have some illumination, right? But not much. Honestly, I want that even darker. We're going darker. But like we're worrying about the way the light is falling and using variations of the same colors to create the illusion of shadow and highlight. I'm not sure how effective it's been so far in the painting, especially on this side over here. But also, one thing with oil paintings is they're not always designed to be like viewed up close. So a lot of times you want to take a step back and take a look. It's fine. I do need to work on this side here some more, but you know, I'm not gonna go too crazy on these mountains. I'm gonna remind myself that it doesn't have to be perfect. This is just a painting because we're having fun. I push myself to perfection a lot, and if I feel like I can't do something, then I'm not gonna like be afraid to try. And then when I start doing that thing, if I don't reach that perfection, it stops being fun. And that's the place you don't want to get to. Let's see here. Grab some more of this dark. Do the dark over here. Still has some illumination. And I'm going to go back in with this lighter. I'm going to go even lighter because there's so much paint right here. It's getting in the way. There it is. Yeah, see, here's another shadow area where then it kind of hits. It hits here. There we are. All right, so we're going to do one more layer, and we're going to do pretty much solid white. And I'm going to turn my canvas mixing sensitivity like all the way up and see how that looks. You gonna let me do that, bro? Let's see. Yeah, turn it all the way up. You're so right, Wes. Perfectionism is a big beast to battle, and you still need practice fighting it as well. Yes, and you know, practice is I guess the best we can ask of ourselves, right? Even doctors, right? That's why they call it a practice. We're constantly learning, we're constantly changing, and even with what we perceive to be perfect, in 3 weeks you're going to see the imperfections in whatever, you know. It's like, oh man, that stream, I did X, Y, and Z. You know, there's always the next stream, there's always tomorrow. And there have been plenty of times where I've gotten off of a stream and felt like, ugh, that wasn't very good. I wasn't very entertaining, or, you know, all those things. And then I go back and look at the stream in a couple days, and I'm like, what were you worried about, Jer? It's fine. You know? So it's always about your feelings in the moment, right? Perception of what's happening is definitely not reality. Now we're doing the really hard the hard highlights. So much paint here, guys. Oh my god, I'm gonna bring my paint level up to compete with whatever's happening here. I just didn't smooth out my paint. Yeah, there's a big bunch of old clumpies on there. Like just straight white and bring down the mixing. There we go. I just brought down the mixing and I added more paint. So we're getting a little more of a reaction from it. Just means it's going to have even more texture, right? We're fighting for every bit of texture that we're getting over here. Huh. Actually, I'm liking that side a lot better. Oops. A lot better than that side now. But that's because we've done the white. So we're going to keep doing that. This one we actually can bring our mixing sensitivity back up and our paint thickness down. Because when I made the painting, I started with my brush and or my palette knife and went this way with the paint. And what I didn't do was go back in and smooth it all down. And so it went thick and then got thinner and thinner, thinner. And so now I'm having to compensate for that in my settings. In real life, I compensate by letting it dry a little bit, or using literally less paint on your tools. But here, that's a UI choice, right? I'm gonna turn that mixing down some because that's really a hard mix. I want white. There it is. Yeah, so in this one, this is taking a lot of the limelight away from this other side, but this one must just have more, more shit going on. Make these just a little darker. So it's like there's a bigger hill here. Nice and shadowy, and then we'll go up here and do a shadow. Yeah. Something like that. And then we're gonna bring that paint mixing back down because this is supposed to be also, right, the brightest area. I guess the light would shine here too, wouldn't it? This is the brightest spot. Yeah, and there we can see a little, can see a little bit of a valley. Okay. I'm gonna call that. Oh, oh! We're getting white. Let's try again. Get those rims. Oh, and then this right here. It's fine. All right, so then the next step is that we're going to now be working on the trees. So we're going to save our colors. Let's see. You know, we've saved all of these, I believe. I believe they're all here, but let me just in case. Just in case, I'll throw these down. It feels like they're here, but can never be too safe. They're a little different. Oops. Chair. Put that back. There we are. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to work on our trees. I'm going to go back to the bristle fan brush that we were using instead of the palette knife. And we're going to put our mixing sensitivity back to like medium low and our paint thickness to high. So we're going to really load up this brush with paint. Now what we need to do is we need to I'm going to make a bunch of trees in perspective. So they're going to be bigger here and they're going to get smaller, smaller, then back to bigger. And then we're going to have them reflected in the water as well. The first step is to make the color. So let's grab some green. Instead of black, let's remember to keep using our dark blue color. We're also going to grab some brown. This might be too like green. Let's grab some more of that mountain black. Yeah, let's add more of that mountain black instead of the sky blue. Oh no, I just did something to my brush. I messed something up here. Let me save these colors real quick and I'll wipe it off. Yeah, there's some kind of glitch that's been happening where I've noticed there's been paint thinner showing up sometimes where I'm not intending or don't believe I did use it. So I'm going to save this green on my brush, right? Clear this off. Get back to the green. So, done that. Let's grab that black like we wanted to. Did you see what just happened? My computer does jump sometimes. It's trying to run OBS and a digital, a VR camera, my model, the whole shebang. It's really given a good fight. So here we go. Actually, before we get started on this, remember how I mentioned there were layers? So right now I'm going to merge layer 1, which is the background, to layer 2. So now it doesn't look any different to you all, but they're now connected. So if I blend, it's going to, I'll just show you. I'm going to create a cardinal sin because I can have an undo button, but if I see, it all is affected now. So, because what I really want to do is that we're going to build and unify all of this, and we've already kind of built this. So I want any of the trees that we're going to put into the water to also mix in with the water. Me. 3 small jars. Hip hip. 3 jars. Hip hip. 3 jars. Okay, can you all see all my tools? I would love for you to be able to see my rack. There it is. Damn it. So this is my rack, and we're gonna grab smooth fan brush. This green might still be too green. I'm gonna try it. Actually, I think it's gonna be perfect. So what I'm doing is I'm using the bristle fan brush to create these kind of bristle effects, right? That when looking at it from a distance kind of looks like a tree. And I'm just making dabs vertically. And I'm going to turn down the mixing a little bit more. And yeah, in fact, it might be too dark. We're going to roll with it. I don't know how well you all can see those trees. Sometimes you and the tool rack are one. You clip into it hard sometimes. Now I'm trying to do it on purpose. Whoop! Oh, nice. You don't mind. It's good to know. Watching back this VOD, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. Are my lips no longer moving? You all can hear me though. Oh no. Well, I'm a really good ventriloquist today. They were moving at the start of the stream though. No, I don't like what I did there. I'm gonna bring this closer and bigger. And I think I'm gonna make the color a little more pronounced. Just a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just blend in basic white. That's really light. Maybe something more like this, if you can see. Right, my lips have gone. Let me try something. What if I just open up my menu here, click on avatar, and click on that mouth animation. Just like seeing if I can reset it. It just took a little bit of resetting. Haha! Oh, thank you, Wisp. The mountains are looking really good. From here, it doesn't feel that way. And so I'm glad that you like it. And holy crap, I have lips. I mean, I've always had them, but now they're open. So let's keep making these trees. But thank you so much. The encouragement is really appreciated, because it's just like I've said a million times, I'm still very much learning here. There's one tree. I'm gonna put this color over here. And then remember, we have perspective that we're dealing with here. So we can't have them all be super tall. They're going to be getting further away. However, trees, even if they're further away, if they're really freaking big, right, they're going to stand out. They're going to stand out amongst the others. So we're going to make a couple of really big trees too. And again, with, when painting, you're giving the illusion of something. It doesn't have to, like, reflect it one-to-one. In fact, like, with this kind of method, you just can't. At least at my skill level, just can't. And I'm gonna make a really big tree right here. Thank you, Moons, for the hydrate. I'm gonna set this down. Oh, the dragging things can be really loud. Thank you for letting me know. So I need to look into why that is. We'll see. Lips, 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 lips. Everybody. Put my stuff down. Okay, let me find my water bottle to hydrate. Where am I in the room? There I am. I'm gonna have to go through it like a ghost. Val, it's so good to see you. I'm gonna emerge. Ha. It's so good to see you, my friend. I was been wondering how you've been doing. I was like this close to sending you a DM today, being like, hey, I hope you're doing well. You don't need to be sorry at all. I assumed everything was great, and that you not being here means you're probably doing something in real life, and real life is way more important. So please don't feel bad. You're not at all. And I don't see it as disappearing whatsoever. Quote 203, I feel thoroughly assaulted. It's a good feeling. Oh wait, I'm gonna stop moving things because those are the loud things. Let's just motorcycle. Have some motorcycle issues, my friend. Kinda crashed again before you winterized your bike. Oh no. Well, I am so sorry that happened. Not letting me grab my my tool. Oh, thanks for the spank. I liked it. It's way worse doing this in VR because I can add the head tilts. Thanks for the spank. No, awful. Okay, we're gonna do a big tree here, so adjust my grip. Actually really thick paint. I didn't want it to be that thick. You're not made to ride. Apparently you still do. They're so dangerous. Motorcycles are so dangerous. Hard to recommend getting on one. And you'll be able to see these trees better in a minute. We're going to add highlights and we're going to add shadows. This is just a base color. And we're just basically blocking out shapes to say, hey, these are trees. These are trees, y'all. Oh my god. Tree. You and Keegan got COVID and then a double ear infection. That stinks. You know, I get some ear infections when I'm sick. Snap gets lots of sinus infections when he's sick. You notice here I'm going horizontally now instead of vertically because it's so tiny. But really, you just want the kind of the you just kind of want the suggestion, right? Switching my brushes and I'm making it smaller too. We can kind of do stuff like that. Yeah. Don't even start with sinus infections. Yeah, I hope you're feeling better. I really do. It's no fun at all. That's really mixing a lot, isn't it? I'm gonna bring my thickness up. There's a lot of paint right there. It's not really letting me lay it on thick or lay it on in a splotchy way like I like it to. So we're going zero mixing, medium paint thickness. There we are. So far I like these trees better than these trees, but you and sinus infections know each other really well. I'm gonna try to do from this side. Let me know if this looks weird, because I've lost my ability to... Oh, wait, I can see it. There's my OBS. I've probably looked weirder on stream already, without a doubt, but I can get it better from here. At least these sides. I'm gonna do a bunch of these sides. And then we'll come in around this way. You heard a Kawasaki ride open and you screamed because you were out getting some gifts. Oh no. Just that's my impression of a Kawasaki. Running wide open. You clip into the right side of the painting, otherwise it all looks good. Oh, thank you. Good to know. Yeah, I think clipping into the painting might be a necessary evil to get these trees done, but it's great to know. It's going to be fascinating watching this stream back. For any of those of you who might be new, this is a very experimental stream for me. Never painted on stream, only do it for funsies. And most of my VR ventures on stream have been interesting. They've been really fun, but also very scuffy and still figuring it out. So I took a little break to reassess, work on my stuff, and now we're back. We're trying again. And I've been wanting to do painting streams since our reboot, which, can you believe, it's only been like 6-7 weeks, something like that. It feels like much longer since we've changed things up around here. And we're gonna make this one really big. Let's make it big. Big tree. Big tree. I'll grab that. Hydrate, please. Thank you, Moons. I will do that. Let me... You missed the reboot, the 2.0. Yeah, just the 2.0. It's on YouTube. It's unlisted, but I'm gonna clip through and get myself some water. Peekaboo. Yeah, the reboot just happens to be me doing VR. There's a lot different redeems, new visual style. That's all. You hate school so much? Oh. You know, I said that too, and sometimes I miss it. Sometimes I miss school. But most of the time I don't. School can be really awesome when you're in college. There we go. Gonna make my bristle brush really big. Super big. I understand. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of work. Too big. There we go. A little harder to see the individual trees on this side, but okay. We'll figure it out in the highlights and the shadows, and if we have to come back in with more green, we'll come back in with more green. No harm, no foul. And this tree's really big. This tree is not playing around. These trees don't seem to exist yet. Kinda there. But they're gonna need some help. Which we're about to give them. We're gonna do some taller hits. Because there's big trees everywhere. Yeah. I'm gonna make this tree section back here just a little bit more tree. Just a little bit more tree, please. I guess I could have moved my brush around instead of going all the way to the other side of the canvas. See, these are those little things. Those little things, you know? Oh, I'm sending you a big hug, Moons. As well. I know you're also sending that to Val. You were thinking about being a fashion major, and then you were like, do I have the patience? And your response was, no, I don't. Next season, you're getting a GSXR. What is that? Very curious as to what that is. Is that another type of vroom vroom that goes vroom vroom very fast and causes your health insurance premiums to rise? Okay, so we're going to take this green. This is our main tree, green, keeping it on the brush, and I'm clearing it. Saved it there, and we've saved it in our like permanent area. It's a motorcycle by Suzuki. That'll be fun. Well, I hope you stay safe on it. Doing something like this. But now we're doing the highlights. Like a much lighter green. This might be too dark. Or maybe it might be too light. So again, we gotta remember where the light is coming from. Lucky you're covered by the state. Good, good. I won't tell the state you're getting a motorcycle. And then we're just gonna hit this side. Kind of denote, hey, there's a tree there. Oop. Yeah, so it's this like olivey color. You're a menace to society. Oh, no, you are not. Not at all. Well, I mean, unless you're proud of it, then yes, you're the biggest menace to society. You get an A+. That ended up kind of looking like two trees, which I'm here for. Then as we get further back, I'm actually going to bring up this mixing sensitivity a little bit so it blends in a little better. So once we get here, the light's coming from directly above, and then once we're here, the light's going that way. So gonna tip, 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 tip. That's the sound you make when you make highlights. Tip, 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 tip. All the cops know my name. You're like, the police department is your cheers. Oh, I think I just dated my old ass. That's okay. Okay, so now the paint's gonna come from this way. You see there's little lines that I made. Now I'm splitting between them. Or I'm kind of going on the edge to kind of create a split. And then we're going to go down the other side with shadow, and it's going to create the idea that there are trees here. In fact, this is a tree. This is a tree that's really going to get it. Oh yeah, and as we get back closer, I'm going to undo a lot of that because I'm bringing up our mixing sensitivity. Going. Because with the mixing sensitivity, you don't get as much of the detail of the brush. It kind of just muddles it, which is great for back there. You don't need a ton of detail. But up here, you want the detail. You want to see all of those because that's what makes you feel like those could be leaves, branches, whatever. And then this tree is going to go down like that. Uh-oh, we got a quote. This is a tree that's really going to get it. Oh, man. Thank you for the quote ad. I'm going to step over to this side here. And bring that mixing sensitivity down even further. And there. Like that. And you mentioned a minute ago, Val, lucky you don't know how to paint. I don't have any natural talent for this whatsoever. What I've learned, and I said this earlier, and I'm more than happy to like say it a million times, is that when I was going through my most recent and most effective mental health treatment, and I'm still in treatment for depression, OCD, all those things, and one of the first things that I was told to do was to find a creative outlet or some kind of hobby. And they suggested painting, and I can't. I'm not good at it. But what I learned is that it doesn't matter, you don't have to be a Rembrandt, but at the same time, this is a learned skill rather than a fully natural skill, if that makes sense. Quote 145, I guess it can be all balls all the time. Oops, I think I just painted. Clear the brush. You got a new jacket for riding and you hope your undergear fits it better. Nice. You have a shoulder, spine, and chest plate. You're like Iron Man on a motorcycle. I love it. So next what we're going to do... Oh wait, did I ever hydrate? I think Moonju asked me to hydrate. Let's do that first, because I can't remember if I did. I'm going to put this down. Put this down. I'll be right back. Grab the last little bit of my water. We're almost done with the painting. All right. Thank you so much, wonderful mod, for catching the bot. Right? Plushbor. My name is Plushbor, god of teddy bears. Okay. So, now we're going to go in with straight black. We're going to come in right here. We're going to do the same, but on the back end. Oop. Mixing sensitivity needs to go down. We're just doing like black. Black. And voila, you have what kind of feels like a tree. Thank you so much, Chase. I really appreciate it. I didn't want to call your name out since you hadn't spoken in the chat, I don't think. So, thank you so much. It's definitely hard. I rely on you all a lot, I've learned when I'm in VR, even more so than normally. And between trees, we're going to add a lot of shadow. I can't do most things in VR like that, at least not quickly. Well, thank you. Add there. You hope it's going to make it easier for license with all that jazz. Oh, your COVID cough. No fun. I'm glad you're cozying up here. Hopefully it's cozy vibes today. I literally can't hear anything that's happening on stream. All of the sounds are so quiet for me today, which I'll figure out for the next one. But... oops. And then we'll throw a little bit of that in there. That in there. And then here's where we bring our mixing sensitivity up and go underneath. Really, we grab some shadows here. I turned my mixing back down. That really helped. You just got back from lurking, so it was good timing. Bad timing for the bot, right? Exactly. You're like a sniper. It was your like 8th sense. I don't know what the other 2 are besides the 5, but you do, and that's your business. Let's see. So now, I'm gonna hold. I'm just gonna come over this way. It's more comfortable. And then we do the same thing over here. I know I'm gonna clip through a little bit, so sorry in advance for that. Oh, actually, I think I need to do it from this direction if I want to get the brush strokes right. Yeah, I do need to go from this direction. Do you see how I'm meeting up with the, like with the edge of where it's brightest? Like that contrast is what gives you that feeling of, oh, there's a tree. Quite possibly in them there hills. Jerry, you should do a stream where you paint the chatters PNGs. That would be good considering that painting looks really good. Oh, thank you. That would be fun. You know, this app has a projector feature, which I want to do a painting that requires a lot of tracing, but I didn't want to do that for the first one. So we could totally trace PNGs and Even has a color by number, like a paint by number system, so you can load photos in and you'll be able to separate it into a paint by number piece, which is really nice. But I haven't done that yet. Have that there, that there. Almost done with this part. And it's going to kind of fade off into shadow there. You can see a little bit of stuff, but not much. We'll make a separation there. And yeah. So now's where I'm going to bring it back to normal size. And then I'm going to take a step back. You know what? It doesn't look half bad. It's not looking too terrible right now. Ads will begin in about 1 minute. And you know what? I didn't take a break on the last one, so I definitely should take a break on this one. Pineapple! Oh, just a second. Let me put this down. Pineapple! Welcome, Batman guy. I hope you are having a wonderful day today. It is always great. It's a pineapple. But I am going to take that quick little break while the ads are running. So I will see you all on the flip side. I'm going to go back through the painting. Peekaboo. Oh, I just ran into my table. Be right back, guys. Welcome back from the ads, and thank you everybody for your patience while I took a little break. I definitely needed it. So let me get back here, and I'll turn this music down. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Let's see. I just ran into my wall. We're being real, oh no! I gotta fix myself. I think we're in a little better space. There we are. I had migrated toward the end of the room. It's easy to do that in VR because I keep trying to bring it closer and keep trying to show you guys. I'm also getting closer to the edge of my room. And I also notice this happens every time I go on a break. I lose my mouth animation, and I'm not sure why. But now it's back. I just have to return it back on. Just have to toggle it off and on. So welcome back, everybody, from those ads. I hope they weren't too terrible. And I am going to turn that music down just a little bit more. Let me know if it's too quiet. But I'm going to have it live. I'm going to have it live it somewhere around there. Adjusting my headset makes a sound. Oh, sorry, guys. All right, so let's get back to it, shall we? We have our trees painted, and all we have left to do is build our tree reflection, our shoreline, and then the reflection of the aurora, which I want to fix more. It feels more like a spider. I think I just need to thicken it up. Let's do that first. Let's go thicken it up. So I need to go... Oh, it's all one layer now. Okay. So we're going to save these colors. Actually, let me do one thing here. My view is full of screens that no longer give me information because they're frozen, like my advertisements. Yeah, there we go. So just gonna clear my own visual space, right? So I'm gonna try to fix it. I don't know if this is a good idea, but we're gonna try. You miss Keegan. He had to go back to Minnesota for college. Oh, I'm sorry. We'll chat a little bit. There we go. He had to go back. So he's going to college long distance, and y'all are doing like a long distance relationship kind of deal. Let's see. So we have all of our tree green. Let's make sure that we save that. See here. Our lighter tree green, which is basically a gray, or darker, and then we just did black. So honestly, that's all the color we need for that. So we're gonna clear our palette, put it back to the Bob Ross basics, and then we're gonna be brave. We're gonna be brave, and we're gonna fix our aurora. I'm not sure, but he's a nerd, he's a law student, and he's coming back January 18th. Oh, nice. We're gonna fatten this one up. You know what? I'm gonna put all the colors here on my palette. There. There. And that's the same color. Just gonna do white. Okay, so let's start with this. This could be a really bad idea, or it could be fantastic. We're gonna leave those, but I'm just gonna build up this one here and see how it looks. If it looks good, then maybe we'll do those. But not sure yet. We're taking a risk by doing this, right? I don't know if you can hear my kitty cat. She wants in so bad, but it's not necessarily safe for her to be in the room, unfortunately. So well, we can certainly try though. Just because I'm afraid of stepping on her. There we are. So we've got that, and we're gonna use our blender brush, and we're gonna do exactly what we did on the last one. I feel like the stamps lady. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Look at the squiggles! Look at the squiggles! I think it's making it better. We're learning! Yes, we are. Let's see here. We're gonna go do that to this one. There, and then white. In the middle. And then up and down. Going pretty quick. I should probably slow down a little bit. It's not terrible. One more thing, perspective-wise, this needs to be bigger and then come in. You have a question. Have you seen my ghost face cosplay? I have not, and I should very much like to see it. I've been reading so many 18th and 19th century books. Or I guess 19th century, right? Oh, most of the books have been from the late 18th century. I very much would like to see it, dear sir. Oh, I very much want to have tea with you. Oh, wait. It needs to stay thin down here and then go up. Thin, up. Brightness, up. Yeah, you should post it in the Discord if you'd like to share. I always love to see that stuff. And then solid white. Ooh, getting there. Now I'm just gonna really smoosh it. Oh, look at that. Effect. I don't know if you can really see it. Am I close enough to my wall? Any closer? So as we like whip it, like you can kind of see it starts to throw off these little strings even more than they did before. And if we don't, we can just kind of go in something like that. Yeah, some of the areas are going to be a little less distinct. Like the further you get out here, they're a little less distinct on the edges there. think I like this one. I am gonna kind of do that. Awesome. What do y'all think? Like it a little better? Maybe I'll fatten this up just a little bit. Oh, DMs? Yeah, throw it in my DMs. Your nails were numb in the cosplay. You like long nails. You like yourself with long nails? I love that. I'm trying to think if I've ever worn long nails. Sure I have. Put this down and grab. Yes, there we are. That way we're not quite so up close and personal. I mean, we're still pretty close, but it's in Discord. Thank you. I will check it after stream. It's hard to do it with all of the gear on, but I will absolutely check it after stream. Oops, went right over the mountain. We have to respect that. And can't go over the mountain. Do a brighter color. A little bit more. Even brighter. And then white. Just little touches. We're getting further away from the middle, which is really bright. I'm getting a bunch of stuttering and dropped frames on my side. I hope you guys aren't getting that too. There it is. It's also getting really warm in my room, so that could be why. The computer's probably like, God, please save me. Oh. You need to take this ponytail out, you're getting a migraine. Yeah, don't wear it so tight. That would hurt. Now it's feeling weirder. This shouldn't have been so big. Okay, one last thing, and then we're going to stop obsessing on that. We're going to put back in some of those darker tones. And we'll bring them back in here. We'll blend it in. Oh yeah, this area needs more of those darker tones. Yeah. And now we'll blend it all. There it is. Not perfect, but you know what? I'm gonna take it. And then we're just gonna brush all of this darker stuff around. Give it a good brushing. And then now, I think we have ourselves an Aurora spider. It's still a spider, but it's fine. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is put on the reflections. Try to move this quietly, but it's a very loud easel. There we are. So we're basically going in with all the same colors of our tree, and we are doing it again down here, but way less. Doesn't have to be quite so, oh wait. I'm gonna do one thing. We're Gonna bring up our canvas mixing sensitivity. We're gonna do that, and then we're gonna mix it with a little bit of that blue, the brighter blue. So it's still got that tree green, but it's gonna be a little bit more like, that's impossible to see. Let's brighten that up. My fault. There it is. So yeah, now we place these down. Right, you know what? I'm gonna go back to actual tree color. I feel like it works better than adding the blue. I'm torn. Maybe we should do both. Let's just put them in first. Doesn't have to, again, it doesn't have to be anything special. It just kind of has to generally match the vibes of what's happening above. Then we're gonna put a coast in here. Oops. I've been using the wrong brush. That's why it felt weird to me. Wasn't enough stippling going on. I was using the smooth brush. Well, we can fix it. We can fix it with stippling. Our shadows. We want stuff to show through. That's the frustrating thing. But hey. Okay. The wizard beyond the mountains tries to fight the gods. A painting by Jer. I like that. I like that story for this. That's what that is. This is right before a battle. They're looking out the night before they have to leave to fight the god. They see this beautiful, well, they see an aurora. Is it beautiful? That's determined by other people than me. But see a beautiful aurora. You know, gonna survive. Okay. Oop. I think that's gonna do it. Just dabbing. All right. So then we're going to put in our highlights, which was this color right here. It's a lighter version, and we just need to match kind of wherever we put it here. We got to put it there. It doesn't have to be as strong, but it has to be present to sell the idea. It's all about illusion. you spoiled yourself kinda. You got the hairbrush and Valentino perfume. Nice. Hey, Snap! It's so wonderful to see you, my love. Looks like I'm painting with my elbow. It's because I am. I am indeed. We're reaching the end of the painting. Ish. We're getting there. It's been a little bit since I've actually seen you. Been a couple of hours, my love. I hope you're good. I hope you're having a good time in the other room. Okay. And it's really when we bring in the black that it really makes everything sing, right? Oh, I forgot this. That's a really long shadow. These are all really long. We're gonna call that. We're gonna call that done. Yeah. Okay, and then we just grab like actual black. Oh, you had me at spoiled myself. Oh wait, I can move myself. So you can see the painting up close. And I don't have to be moving everything around. The more you know. Okay, so we're gonna just take some black. And we're gonna go in and make sure we're using the bristle brush. It keeps changing on me. And go in with that shadow. Gonna be a lot of shadow. It's nighttime. Oh, forgot the side over here. Just a little bit more there. And then here. What's happening with my paint? Maybe not, I just need to get more. There. Just dabbing it, and then we're gonna kind of dab off into darkness. Yeah. Again, it doesn't have to be that detailed because we're about to mess it all up. I think this is too big, but we're in it now. So put that back, and then we take our blender brush, our trusty blender brush. Catch up with you all. You should 100% kiss attack Jer, or he snaps says, or I can sneak out, go buy an anniversary card. I don't want to mess up his painting. He practiced all night last night. Yes, it's our anniversary on Sunday. 7 years of marriage. You're about to be the devil on your shoulder, man. The one encouraging chaos. You might sneak attack him. We'll see. Your hate playing Marvel Snap before you quit the game. Yes, that game is predatory. But I love the game's been bro designs. I just don't like the monetization that comes with them. Like Hearthstone, man. Hearthstone is so good. But I can't afford it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to brush straight out. We're going to meet where our shoreline's going to be. Just brush straight down. We can do it several times if we need. I can make that bigger. We're going to really smear it. There we go. So now it's a little blurred, right? It's not super blurred. But now we go in sideways. Ta-da! And then I'm gonna go across it all that way. And you'll be able to see it more once I put in the shoreline, the actual shoreline. And, you know, more of the water. So, got that done. It's a little bright for my taste, but for now I'm not gonna worry too much. Thank you so much. Thank you for the congrats. Marriage is wonderful, and it is. It's a lot of work, and it's a lot of compromise and communication, and it's also the most rewarding thing I've ever done is be married to this man right in the chat. Your chaos does wonders. Yes, it does. So now I have to be careful because I want to make a shoreline that's going to be all black, but I don't want to make it too thick. So I may hit the undo button a couple times here because I have to kind of get it like just a certain amount of flatness. Let's see. Let's fix this. Let's do really thick paint. Really glom it on there. Yes. Yes. We're getting it. I'm going this way. I'm very excited. That's an excited shuffle. Now we go this way. You see how it kind of has some natural like movements to it? That's just like the natural shake of my hand and the turning of the palette knife, some intentionally, some not. And honestly, that's where a lot of the good stuff comes from when you're painting, is like it's the unintentional stuff. It's the stuff that makes a painting, right? It's like that touch of human that just is something that's really hard, not impossible, to fully replicate. There we go. Let's see. Catch up with chat, you guys. I do think your chaos is wonderful. I really do. I live for it. It is work. It's fun. Marriage is chaos and fun and work. All those things. Sometimes it's a little sad, but that's how it goes, right? Lucky number 7 is your lucky number, so it's all uphill from here. I know you're married to an anime boy in VR on the internet. You know, you really made it. You've learned from the best. Oh, good. All right, so we have our shoreline. Now the trees start to feel a little better, but it doesn't quite feel like a shoreline yet, does it? I mean, kind of. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take full white. I'm going to bring up the the canvas mixing sensitivity, and I'm going to go in with like straight lines. I'm just going to do that straight line. Let's do that some more. Maybe we should go gray. Yeah, you know what? Let's go back to this tree highlight color, see if that works. Honestly, I think this is what we need. So we're gonna do it. Let's see. Just gonna bring up that sensitivity even more. There it is. Straight lines across. No, that's not really doing it. Come on, Jerry, you got this. Why is it not? Maybe it does need to have mixing down a little bit lower. We're gonna go all the way down. There. Just a little touch. And then just a little touch. It has to be straight across like this. Just a little touch. If you start to do, you know, any other besides straight, it starts to look a little odd. Then we'll do the same over here. Straight. Just do little dabs. Not sure it's working the way I wanted it to be honest, but it'll do fine. Yeah, kind of gives you that illusion, right? Maybe. Dude, you're a whole other animal when you get on a motorcycle. Like anything over 600cc, you're an animal on. Anything over 100cc, and I'm gonna lose the match on Rainbow Road. Oh, I see what I need to do. I need to cut into the black just a little bit. There. All right. Still a little bright for my taste, but you know what? I'm not going to worry too much about it. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go in and we're going to do our reflection of... Oh, got some paint on this. Oops. Let's fix this. I don't think I blended this very well. There we go. Yeah. A few areas where there's still some like clumps of paint I can see building up on the canvas. There's like here in in VR you can really see the like thickness of the paint on the canvas. It's kind of cool, to be honest. You love Rainbow Road. You met one of your best friends while he was playing Railroad. I lost my words. Rainbow Road. Still learning. Yes, we are, Wisp. We're going to be learning constantly. And I'm very much enjoying the process. Did we make any new colors? I don't think we did. I'm just going to clear this bad boy. And we're going to use these colors again. And we're only going to get the bottom of this. Maybe the reflection will start like here. And then we have to mirror it. So this one goes out this way. See, that way. And then curves. Ish. And then this one goes out like that. We're going to bring the mixing sensitivity up, because this is a reflection. We want it to really blend into everything. That. From thin to thick. Something like that. And I read that his Miskiff escaped. Nobody caught him. Hey, Miskiff. Good to see you. Alright, we didn't catch you. And then over here. And then something like that. I'm a little nervous about mixing the paint with the tree while I'm just going for it, you know? Maybe I'll kind of skip the tree with the darker stuff, or just kind of tap it. Yeah, I'll just tap it. That way we don't lose the structure of the tree, because I just moved a bunch of tree over. So let's just do the next color. I can put the easel down. You want to get a BMW M1000RR, so you can hit up to 360 on them if you modify them perfectly. Ooh, you better get that real perfect. Sounds scary. We do have to bring the mixing sensitivity down for the white, or the near white. I'm not being super specific, like I guess I should, like in theory, could be more accurate with the way I'm like recreating this, but honestly it's okay. Totally fine. And then you know what? Let's just grab some white. You know, it's not terrible. This needs to be way fatter. And so is this. A little brighter. Hair up. Down. Even brighter. Let's get you some. Yum yum. Okay, I think we got plenty of texture in there now, with which we can go crazy, but I want to get some just like hits of bright white. It's like little hits kind of as we go through. Yeah. All right, let's blend this, and this is our finale. So we blend up and down. Just inside of it though, because we don't want to mess up our tree. We want to get it soft, and then after we get it soft, then we'll move it from side to side. You want to do those up and down strokes just like you would up top. There. There. Okay, and then now we're going to go across it. You got hit for felony speeding? What? What are you doing free? And make this smaller. I don't know if you guys can see it all right. Now we're going to go the same way. Oop. Honestly, maybe I'm going to make it a little thicker. It's going to go the same way as the trees. I'm going to keep it the same way, so it's going to go off like that. Hopefully this is better than the one the example I posted in Discord. You know, each one is hopefully a little better. Continuing to learn, you know. I think you know what? Yeah, let's see. I accidentally went too hard on the coastal edges there, but I'm gonna do a little bit of softening of the coast as we go in with this. Yeah, let's soften it all just a little bit. You guys, I think we have a painting. Just a few more little doohickeys. I need to make this a little brighter down here. Yeah. And like that. Good enough. You're going to Target? Ow. I just got poked. Ow. Get out of here. I'm about to end stream anyway. Oh, I just punched him. Oh no. Ow. Stop it. He's pinching me. I love you. Be safe. Let me do a couple more changes. What's going on in there? Snap was pinching me and poking me and tickling me. I blame Val. I 100% blame Val. If we have a mod in chat, would you mind snoozing the ads? I will if you're not available. Totally fine. Because I don't think I'm gonna need another ad break because I think we're done. There it is. And we are done. You were worried I was fighting the cat somehow. Let me 1 second. Let me turn off the ads. Doop doop. There we go. Awesome. Seriously though, I hope you all had fun. I really enjoyed myself today and I want to do more of these. You know, I hope you guys enjoyed it. So thank you for being here today. I guess I'll move this guy here and we can stand and talk for just a few minutes before we go. Of course it was you. WTF else do you expect? It's very true. Very true. But it truly means a lot to me that you guys came and hung out while I feel like I was pretty vulnerable by making a painting for the world to see. So thank you so much. You love it? Thank you. Of course, this is not my original concept in the stream title. I think I put who originally made this painting, which is Brian Sloan, who teaches people how to do this in Vermillion, even though he's an acrylic painter. So if you don't paint and you have yourself a VR headset, I highly recommend picking up Vermillion. It's been really good for my mental health. I will say that. So, alrighty, y'all. Well, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put up the stream ending sign, and then from there we're gonna figure out how to raid out. If you'd like to. Well, actually, you know what? I bet you I could make a raid happen from right here. Let's try it together. Everything is new. Let's see here. We're going to bring up our panel. You caused me to get attacked. You did. You very much did. And that is okay. So let's find somebody who's online real quick, and we will start a raid. I'm sure we can find somebody. I could send us to another VR streamer if you all are interested in VR, or let's see. Let's see what Keith's up to. 1 second. You know what? Let's send you over. Let's see. I'm trying to see where we're going to send you all. Trying to find somewhere cozy, right? You know what? Let's do it. Keith Fox is a really fun streamer. Did I freeze? I think I froze. They do just chatting streams mostly, but they're a sweet fox, and I think you will have fun there. So let me just type out the raid. Let's see, /raid. Just double check one more thing before we send off. I just want to make sure there's nobody from the community immediately on. Okay. Okay. 1 second here, and we will get you going. Oh, is Alex? Oh, you know what? Let's go see Sir Alex. Let's go see Sir Alex. It's cozy. Let's see. Raid. It's been a long time since I've seen Sir Alex. But that'll be great. All right. Chat. There we go. What is Sir Alex playing? I didn't even check his stream. Let's see. Just make sure. We got Comfy Minecraft. Let's go. I think that is going to be great. And I think you'll like Alex. He has a wonderful voice. Amazing voice. So I'm going to go ahead and start the raid right now. And I really appreciate you all. We'll see you all on Wednesday. Tell Snap to give you kisses or I'm gonna hide his hair gel. Okay, all right, I promise. Good night.